Mario Kart, a string of games that have been continuing since 1992. With the 8 games, not including the arcade games, there have been many changes throughout the course of time, and some of the changes are good, and some of the changes that wish that people never happened. Today, I'm going to cover my favorite Mario Kart games from rank number 8 to rank number 1. Super Mario Kart. Now remember, just because I ranked this game as number 8 doesn't mean I hate the game. It's just the thing is that there are other Mario Kart games that have much more elements towards them, and this Mario Kart doesn't really have anything that surpasses the other Mario Kart games. What I do enjoy about this game is that this is the game that started this series, and that it's fun going back to when Mario Kart started. There's really nothing else I can say apart that this is a really memorable game to play. Now, I know this may seem that I'm nitpicking towards the Mario Kart games, but let's just say that these are old Mario Kart games, and there's really nothing I can say that surpasses the rest of the Mario Kart games. But let's get back to the subject. Mario Kart Super Circuit is a really fun game to play through. The courses are much more improved compared to the original Super Mario Kart. One of the reasons why I put this game on number 7 is because there's really no point in buying Super Mario Kart because of how you can play the courses from Super Mario Kart onto Mario Kart Super Circuit, which with much more advanced music and graphics. With that being said, this is the actual first Mario Kart where you don't need to connect to a wall, unless you're charging your Game Boy, which is an element that surpasses Super Mario Kart. Now, you are for the most part in your head, why in the living flip is this so low on the list? Well, I don't even know either, but I also felt that this should have been higher on the list. But there isn't really many changes from Mario Kart 8 besides anti-gravity and other changes. But changes like the battle mode being almost completely ruined, which is one of the reasons why this game isn't higher on the list. But other than that, battle mode being ruined, the courses in this game are designed very well. However, another reason why this game is number 6 is because of the amount of clone characters in this game, which there could have been so many other characters in this game, but I guess we got a million clone characters, but let's move on with number 5. Mario Kart 7 is a very enjoyable game. This is the game that introduces gliding, which makes a huge change towards the Mario Kart games. This is also the first Mario Kart where we are actually introduced to customize our own karts with our own choice of wheels and glider. Wow, I never knew that day would come, but oh well. Although with the game introducing gliding and customization of cars, it doesn't really hold up much compared to the other games, such as Mario Kart Wii, in my opinion, is one of the most memorable Mario Kart games in my opinion, mainly because of how this game takes the Mario Kart game to the next step, in which this game introduces bikes and tricks. This also introduces the options to make drifting automatic or manual, which isn't much of a big deal, but I guess it was a nice change they tried to add. The courses in this game also seem very memorable. Not saying that the old Mario Kart games don't have a memorable courses, but I'm just saying that ever since Mario Kart Wii came out, the courses started to get more customized and have so many options because of how tricks were introduced. Now, I know you guys were expecting this game to be on this list at some point. Now, most people have this usually at number 1 or 2, but I have this game at number 3. And this game was the game that introduced a huge change, and that was from making Mario Kart from a 2D game to a 3D game. This game is very memorable, and I just feel that the courses introduced in this game were very fun to play with. The battle mode in this game is very fun if you have a group of people with you, and if you are looking for N64 games that involve a group of people to play with you, then I suggest this game for you. Mario Kart DS is a very great game, mainly because this introduced the first bit of kart customization and emblems customizations. Not only does this game introduce kart and emblem customization, but this also introduces new characters like Rob from the 1989s on the NES, and Dry Bones, and so on. But the biggest change that made this game number 2, and without this change would probably make this game number 3 or 4, is the mission mode. This mode gave a whole lot of options for people to do in terms of single player, and yet it still doesn't remain to be understood of why has it not returned. But there's only one Mario Kart game that beats this game, and that is... I bet you guys were expecting this to be on the list. This game is very memorable. This is the first Mario Kart game I have ever played, and yet it's still one of my favorite Mario Kart games to this day. Now, Mario Kart DS did almost come to a point where it was my favorite Mario Kart game. But then again, I don't see how Mario Kart DS can surpass this lovable Mario Kart Double Dash. In Double Dash, this introduces so much that is insane. This game introduces 2 characters in one kart, which is a very interesting idea. The All-Cup Tour, which is a very unique idea, and the Bomb Bomb Blast in battle mode. And one of the most biggest ideas towards this game is the special items, in which all these added into the game. This makes Mario Kart Double Dash my favorite Mario Kart game in history. So now that you know my favorite Mario Kart game, you guys are probably expecting if I will ever do a review on the game. And the truth is, I'll eventually do with more detail. But as of right now, I think I'll leave it to what I have in this video right now. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys, and I like bacon!